Map Veto, where are we going to play? Let's find out.
This matchup later today about G2 and Chaos, just touching on them, will be very intriguing to watch because Chaos has had a bit of a slide over the last 2 weeks. G2 has been on a slide for about 4 weeks. This is a must-win, I would say, for G2 in order to continue to get the points that they need to climb up the standings. But this will also be able to answer a question. How much is G2 falling apart? How much is Chaos the real deal, as we say? Consulate will be our map today with Border and Clubhouse banned out by LeStream and Villa Coastline, taken out from Empire, and of course, every team played on Bank yesterday, so we won't be having that today at all. So Consulate will be our place to go, with LeStream starting on defense. How does a map like Consulate enable a team like Empire, who plays as aggressively, but also tends to entry the exact same way every time? I feel like we just saw Empire on...
We have seen them on Consulate.
I was going to say, yeah, against Ents, and they made short work of Ents, and they entered through admin every single time, and there was no pressure from Ents to stop them.
Well, that was the exact story, is just what you said. I mean, it was a pretty static gameplay from Empire, but it worked out because it wasn't being countered at all. Let's bring up the community vote and see what you guys think. Who's going to win this match?
I imagine this will be quite lopsided.
Look at that.
There you go. 70% Empire by, what would be the saying in terms of buy low, sell high on Empire?
I suppose.
And right now everybody's buying on Empire because they're winning non-stop.
Yeah, that is kind of the story of Empire. They've got a bit of a hype train coming up behind them right now. I think a lot of people also who are not buying into it just yet are asking the question, when are they going to falter? When is Empire going to be shut down? A lot of people expected it to be G2 yesterday. It wasn't. And if it's not going to be G2, it might as well, probably will be, if anyone, LeStream today in this match, as again, LeStream Empire's closest competitors.
Some expectations here. Let's set some expectations. Michael, I imagine that a tie for LeStream is a victory here on their behalf, because I do think going in, nobody has been able to cool off Empire at all. Not even G2.
Yeah.
And LeStream will be very interesting to watch the way that they respond to that, because LeStream as a team overall really have everything. They have tons of fragging potential. They've got great supporting roles. Everybody's capable of carrying kills.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And Empire, they have, I think their roles are a little bit more one-sided in terms of individuals play, but it works out. They have the perfect formula. So both of these teams definitely really well positioned to play against each other, and this is going to be, I'm sure, a close contest because of that. We're seeing a lot of Dokkaebi bans across the board recently, and it's a big part. I think a big part of that is to do with really isolating that global ability on the attacker side, and it's what's allowing the defenders to have a little bit of an edge in this meta. Is you don't have to deal with the Lion because he's quarantined, and you don't have to deal with the Dokkaebi because, oh, look at that, you could just ban her. Mira also getting banned out. So as he said yesterday, the European Playday, we saw that every match, and it looks like we're off to 1-1.
When you've got two potent entry fraggers like both Karzeka as well as Joystick, a Dokkaebi on Empire's side of things can make your life a living hell. And Empire themselves, or LSE themselves, have a Dokkaebi player in Aces, but he's capable of playing a variety of roles. So you can ban Dokkaebi knowing that Aces can just flex onto something else, no problem, and target Empire specifically.
You know, the thing about Dokkaebi, and I think what makes a Dokkaebi player truly exceptional is when they're able to do work with the secondary. I think we've seen a number of people stand out as being exceptional with that secondary on the Dokkaebi. It doesn't matter which SMG pistol you use. It's just that's what makes the role truly powerful. When you have the utility of that global ability, and then on top of that, the smokes, you have to be, if you're able to frag to really put the cherry on top, then that makes it a really powerful operator, and that's why one of the reasons why you see it so often banned out. It's important to note, though, of course, that the Ashe did slip past the ban phase since LeStream decided to ban Dokkaebi. So that's going to put Joystick in his happy place, and will open up some opportunities. I think, if I'm being quite honest with you, Parker, I think the Ashe on Consulate, one of the more powerful operators to have on this map. So, I mean, in general, she's a powerful operator. In Joystick's hands, doubly so, but on Consulate, yeah, even more. So, definitely a risk here for LeStream.
Yeah, and the one thing as well that both Karzeka as well as Joystick do so well on Empire is they're able to find gaps and holes in your defense and exploit them really fast. And that's something that comes from the admin side of things. Usually what you'll have is exactly this. Joystick will go on Repel. He'll just simply drone on in, wait and see with Karzeka on another window what Karzeka is going to do, exactly as they have it right now, and they're both going to work on droning. They'll try to find out who's in admin. Most teams against Empire just concede admin entirely. But we have LeStream being very aggressive here, especially with Rise playing just inside a printer, and we saw for a moment a faint glimmer of Vigil's ability as he's trying to keep the drones at bay.
If LeStream have done any research on Team Empire for Consulate, they know they need to contest the admin office at least a little bit, but at the same time, be wary of overinvestment, because if Empire wants admin office, they're going to get admin office. A slow peek there from Joystick, but he wins it out. What a tight peek onto Rise. An early kill on the first one for this match.
It was an absolutely mystical shot there from Joystick. Maybe a pixel at best, and able to just pull down the crosshair ever so slightly. And there goes the Jaeger, who was positioned on long desk just waiting. Joystick will pick up his second kill on Alfama, but there's Hicks to cut Shockwave off. It's going to be Karzeka alongside of Joystick as Hicks peeks, trying to test his hand and see if he can go for 2 in a row. This is going to leave Uno on site solo, with Aces having to retreat and come back as the Vigil was downstairs, possibly looking for a run out to cut somebody off of a Repel on console side. This is a big problem for Uno, because the MPX is not a particularly good gun to be able to take on the hyper-aggressiveness of Empire, especially not with an R4C, as well as the AK in the hands of that Zofia. But Uno is there, takes out Joystick. Immediately, Aces gets traded off, not able to get back into sight. Flashed is Uno as Karzeka gets a kill of his own. Uno just having to wait, but he's going to get hit, and a little bit of disruption from the Zofia. Plant going down, and Karzeka catches Uno on the cross, making very quick work of round number 1, and another successful entry on Empire. Over on the admin side of things, as we're used to seeing from them when they play Consulate.
So the real story there in that round, to me, is Team Empire's entry. Joystick on the Ash, able to take out the Jaeger, but then following that up with who? The Echo, of course, of all operators to take out on the defensive side second, the Echo going down. That was a heavy blow to LeStream, and Team Empire took full advantage. After that, it was a pretty easy waltz into the projector bomb site. Once they got that control, then they just started to continue on going for the objective play. Almost got the diffuser down, but Empire managed to get all the kills before that actually ended up happening, so it doesn't matter, I guess, in the end. A win is a win. But again, yeah, those 2 early kills for Joystick, I think, were the real story. Even though Karzeka got 3, the follow-ups, I think that shock potential that Empire really capitalized upon was also important. Now, LeStream, we're going to go back to the top floor after a pretty quick round to start things off, all things considered. So this is a bit of a risk, I have to say, but there are some mistakes that LeStream made in the last round that I think if they read into them, correct those mistakes, it might be easy to win one of these rounds. For example, the aggression from Hicks inside of B. He did not need to peek onto Visa stairs. That gave away a kill to Karzeka. The aggression from the Jaeger by long desk. Alfalma peeking all the way by big desk, and those 2 players both dying to Joystick. Basically, the story for LeStream is be a little bit more passive. I also think that maybe they could do with contesting admin office a little bit more.
I think the thought process behind LeStream is that, well, you know that Joystick and Karzeka are very accurate on their shots. They're likely going to peek you. You might as well try to catch them off guard. And those kind of quick peeks have done a number on many teams. G2 has struggled with them. ENCE has struggled with them. LeStream themselves have struggled with them. So if you can possibly take a gamble and be able to take out either Joystick or Karzeka, that's going to put your team in a really good position. And when you look at Empire, it used to be the Joystick story, but Karzeka's really picked up his game over the last little while and has been a very potent and powerful force. Oh, Aces, you find yourself in such a predicament, and oh, it's 2 from Joystick. This wanders right on in. It's taken 60 seconds, and a pair of kills for Empire on the board. Uno will take out Shepard, but the fragging potential is still in hand for Empire. All they've lost is one of their hard breachers. This poor Valkyrie downstairs is going to have to rotate back up at some point. You best know that Empire knows that position and is waiting for him to wander onto one of the stairwells.
Joystick must have had somebody droning for him there, and he's looking to get his third. He will. Uno goes down. Great information gathering here from Empire to give Joystick these kills and put LeStream in a tricky spot. Stelfama and Hicks caught in the 2 versus 4, and there's still so much time. Team Empire know all they need to do is use these drones to gather the necessary information on these remaining 2 defenders and walk in and take the kills. That's exactly what they're going to do. Shock will take down Hicks. Stelfama will take out Joystick by a long desk. An impressive shot, but it's not enough. Karzeka shuts him out, and Team Empire take 2 in a row.
This is the thing. You take out Joystick, okay, but you still got Karzeka wandering somewhere around just waiting, and
yeah,
that's a very nice play with the rest of the team holding the crosses. You had the sledge as well on balcony, and there was no way that Echo was getting even close to that site to lock it out without using the yokai.
We've been talking about the duo of Joystick and Karzeka for a long time, and it really is an impressive duo, to say the least. Now, they have so much fragging potential individually, and then when you put them together, it's just ridiculous. And we add to that Shepard and Scyther specifically droning for them almost constantly. Shock as well from time to time. So you've got a great support staff on Empire, and you've got those 2 excellent fraggers. LeStream, on the other hand, I mean, Uno's been pulling some work. He's been doing his best to influence these rounds. As the Valkyrie, you know, using the cameras, great utility. The C4, he's got some great ideas with that C4. He hasn't been able to make it work, but landing the shots with the MPX has really seemed like the only one on the stream right now who's able to win their fights. Alfama did take out Joystick in the last round, as we all saw, but ended up not really mattering. I mean, all of the kills for LeStream, of course, since they haven't been able to win a round, haven't mattered yet.
Yeah, that kill was completely impactless. That, as you mentioned it so correctly, right? That it's a 1v4 at that point. Yeah, you're able to shut down Joystick as he tries to flash you out, but he had all the intel on you, and the rest of the team had you locked out from the site.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to see LeStream go to the basement now in, I'm sure, desperation at this point. They seemed really confident in their top floor, going to it twice in a row, but they were confidently defeated on that top floor. I mean, it wasn't really much of a battle, if we're being honest.
Yeah. I am so impressed with how quickly Empire is able to just take all of that map control away from every single team, whether it's LeStream, whether it's G2, etc.
I mean, the thing that really gets me is how predictable Empire are being, but efficient to the point at which, even though LeStream knows what's happening, they can't directly counter it.
Yeah, they do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
They attack admin. You don't need to go that far off to look at the match against ENCE in particular and know that it's going to be an admin take every single time. And you could put lots of utility there to try and stop them from getting in, but they're just going to get through it anyway.
And there haven't been a whole lot of changes since that ENCE match, so...
No. Good start here, though, on this round in particular. Joystick able to take out the bandit batteries on the garage panel, and then it gets completely opened up by Empire, and that pushes LeStream back towards the staff area side of that site.
Yeah, it's likely going to cut off that bandit tricking. Uno could go for it, even though the... ooh, this is almost a nice play here from Karzeka, but just a little bit of shield there from the clash. I'm not really sure what Alfama was thinking. They're lingering. He will eat some damage from above, but yeah, Team Empire shutting down the rotation of Visa Stairs.
Look at this aggression right now as Uno decides to peek over onto yellow stairs, knowing that there's another body from Empire in the way, but he's going to be able to just wander off, no fight taken. Empire has control over Visa side of things, but...
I was going to say, Uno might be aggressive enough to try and bandit trick the wall despite the vertical presence, but he's going to channel that aggression to a yellow stairs push and be shut down because of it.
That was a great pinch, too. You had Karzeka upstairs essentially taking away all of the walls that were surrounding Uno, the opposite of the walls closing in on you, and then Uno had to run for his dear life. You had the sledge of Shockwave just at the bottom of the stairs waiting patiently.
Shock trying to open up a whole lot of vertical play, and he will be successful in that endeavor. Not able to find a target yet, but he's already disabled quite a lot of these anchor positions.
Yeah, and I mean, you put a buck up there, you put a sledge up there. Obviously, there's a buck banned in this matchup, so you're going to have a sledge on the board instead. Shockwave will usually play that buck, so that was an interesting ban from Empire actually to take it away from LeStream. But obviously, they're more than proficient with the way that that sledge is going to play out. The biggest issue right now with Empire is that they don't have very much time left to work with in round number 3. They have lots of control upstairs, they have lots of sight lines, but they got to get in, they got to get in a hurry. Ace is almost narrowly losing his yokai, and there it will go as the plant from Shepard going down, and Aces realizes he's got to fall off. The rest of Empire sitting and just waiting as Scyther, Joystick, and none another from Joystick will be able to box out LeStream. This is methodical now as Rise trying to push on up, but he's going to have a garage panel reinforcement in front of him that will prevent him from being able to get the kill. Diffuser is down, so he's going to have to hurry, but there's tons of info. And earlier on, Shock, great foresight and some excellent foreshadowing as he's able to tear apart that floor and then watch. Solely for the one last member of LeStream. It's 3-0 Empire, and they are making quick work of LeStream.
Yeah, these rounds have been, in a word, dominant is the word I would use to describe, because we haven't had LeStream really showing us much of anything. They've been setting themselves up, waiting for the attack from Empire, and every single time it comes, LeStream gets pushed over quite easily. It's important to note that there's both Echo and Maestro still unbanned, so in terms of counterplant utility, there's an abundance for LeStream. It's just not being used as well as it possibly could be. Also, more importantly, I have to say, I think it's just Empire playing exceptionally well. One thing that really stands out to me from that round for Team Empire is that they were going for the plant into the garage, right? About 20 seconds left. It looked like, hey, Empire might be up against the wall here. LeStream might have a little bit of a chance. But that was deceptive. While there was only one person pushing in through the garage panel, the rest of Empire was set up in an array waiting for LeStream to rotate to deny the plant. And as soon as that started happening, LeStream just got torn to shreds. One player at a time getting taken down. So, yeah, LeStream really, Empire rather, really in control.
That round was won in the first 40 seconds when Joystick was able to take the bandit batteries away, garage door gets opened up, and then once they pinched Uno, Empire were in full control. They opened up the floor to know where the push was going to come from, or the counter push rather from LeStream, and then just simply waited for them, right? And I'm not really shocked because Empire have done it so well, but the ability for them to be able to line themselves up to stop the push from Empire is fascinating.
You can see an admin office presence here, heavy for LeStream. This is quite interesting. 3 players, and I think Uno was standing still. Is Uno is he's trying to do the alibi trick, but it's not going to work.
He was
standing on one of his prismas. He will be taken out for free, though, because Empire reads into it and sees the kill availability. Joystick will also be taken out, though. So a bit of a trade. Shock, though, puts it in his team's favor. What a play from Empire, and what a gamble from Uno to not work out.
This is just once again, LeStream is falling apart. How much of this goes towards Empire's side of things? Well, Shock has his second kill of the round. Karzeka goes down, the captain of Empire, but it's traded off. Both Joystick and Karzeka out. This will be the best opportunity for LeStream to be able to pick up a round, even though they do find themselves in a significant disadvantage in terms of numbers. Hicks gets spotted all the way down in Zulu, and despite it looking like it was a console office hold, this is the main floor here that we're looking at as the site between these two teams.
It's definitely a story of the support staff still being alive here for Empire, so yeah, you're right. I think LeStream has potential to clutch this one, especially considering their operators available in the smoke and the Maestro. That's about as good as it gets in the later ends of the round. Legion maybe would be useful, but I think here in this situation, well, there goes the smoke. But the Maestro could potentially still deny the defuse in main lobby if he's got an Evil Eye at that position. It looks like he does, given the marks that are coming out right now from his team, but he's not going to get on his gadget. He needs to focus on the frags. He will see Hibana, but miss all the shots. Finally lands a headshot, though. Scyther going down. Information is probably plenty clear for Alfama. He knows that there's nobody actually in the site, in all likelihood, but he's got the telltale hammer right above him, giving away Sledge's position, and the likelihood of someone being outside front door in this situation is quite high. With Shepard's drone, that will be confirmed for him. He goes for the peek, though, and will die to Shepard, simply waiting in spawn. Empire take yet another round.
The closest and best opportunity that LeStream had still doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, this is absolute domination here from Team Empire. So far, proving that they are the team in Europe to beat. With LeStream, they were in second place, I believe, going into today. And it's already looking like they're not going to be able to take a point away from Empire. I'm calling it early, but we haven't seen a thing from LeStream yet.
And Consulate has been a much stronger map for the defenders over the last season or so, or last half season. So it is a bit of a surprise to see that Empire is running it up on the attacking side of things.
I mean, it's entirely possible that this is just opposite day to day, Parker, and when LeStream goes to attack, we'll see much of the same that Empire is showing us right now, but on the LeStream side. I just don't see it as likely, though, and a lot of this isn't really, to me, screaming any sort of
I haven't seen
defender attacker-sided thing. I'm not seeing that.
I was going to say, I haven't seen any really promising signs. No vital signs from LeStream so far.
That's exactly how it feels to me, too, Parker. I'm very much feeling like LeStream are just asleep at the wheel. Team Empire, on the other hand, really focused and sharp today.
So we'll go back up to console here, Michael.
So for the third time.
For the third time. I mean, you're not winning any of the sites, so you might as well just go back to the first one that you lost.
Yeah, I can't blame LeStream. I also don't know what to tell them. If I could talk to them, whisper in their ear right now and say, hey, this is what you should be doing. I mean, their whole team is in disarray. I don't think the site that they go to, especially on a map like Consulate, is going to much matter, considering what they've been showing us thus far. So yeah, I cannot fault any of their site selection, as I think they're going to equally be hard.
Yeah. So, LeStream tries to defend admin, it falls to pieces. LeStream lets go of admin, and, well, they just get killed in the mid, and then all the way in towards the site push.
So it looks like they're going for that second one.
I mean, you might as well. You're going to have Rise playing over by the vending machines. He sees Joystick, and he just narrowly misses. I don't know how he's not lucky enough to walk away with a kill on that one. And that could have been a real big breath of fresh air for LeStream.
Yeah. I mean, at least they have these cameras that are gathering fantastic information. The IQ of Shock really needs to step up his game if he wants to help his teammates out. That camera in admin office is going to be a huge boon for LeStream for this entire round, probably.
Yeah.
Yokai drones also going to be very useful, but it looks like they're actually going to be using them in quite an interesting way.
The Pulse being banned, it does free up this combination of Echo and Maestro to be used, and the Valkyrie as well means that the defense will have so much information. Shock shooting one of those toxic canisters away. At least he gives his position away somewhat, but that's unlucky for Hicks, as he loses one of his very important gadgets.
You can see the gadget of the Evil Eye there in the B bomb site going to be put to good use, or rather the A bomb site, pardon me. As you can see, Karzeka starting to work his way towards the site. There's nobody actually in A, but you could clearly tell that LeStream have plenty of things to counter a plant in A. They've got the Evil Eye, the Yokai drones, and the C4 from below in the Valkyrie.
Looks like they just actually lost an Evil Eye due to Karzeka's lifeline. So that's utility off the board for LeStream.
So far, good counter utility from Empire, but so much in the way for LeStream that I don't think they're terribly worried. There's also nothing in the way of smokes from Empire to cut off the site.
I think the only worry that they have is both Karzeka and Joystick are so low on HP that they will not be able to bait out a smoke. They'll rely on Shepard to be able to get it down, and he's essentially going to try to bait right now. You've got Karzeka watching and giving cover as the plant goes down from Shepard. Joystick opens things up, traded off by Uno. And then a successful plant as Shock covers on the Rise, and there's another for Shock. Shepard gets the hell out of dodge. And Alfama and Uno will be tasked with stopping the rest of Empire in a post plan as it's another successful diffuser going down. Uno trying to rotate out of circle desk downstairs, gets cut down by Scyther, and Alfama has some marks available to him. But Karzeka holding over by the watching over rather towards the printer side of things, and then you can see all the way up to spiral stairs. Interestingly, no chance for LeStream whatsoever, and now we have 5 in a row from Empire.
I mean, it's more of the same, Parker. It's Empire in full control. They took into account every single thing that LeStream was doing. The Evil Eye is not really an option there. The Yokai drones were all destroyed. Uno downstairs was being hunted by 2 players, while the rest of Empire went for a plant. The rotation cutoff from Empire was unconventional, yet solid. That was Shock on the connector window repel. Across the board, Empire was dealing with all of the problems. They saw that the A site was undefended. They saw that they were trying to, or that LeStream were trying to counter the plant with an abundance of utility, and they said, okay, we'll cut off the site, we'll counter your utility, we'll take out the person with C4 downstairs, and we'll plant all at the same time. And it was well executed from Empire. I have no idea how they can communicate so quickly to put together such a thorough plan specifically designed to counter LeStream's play. It is truly impressive. LeStream have said screw it, and they are going to the offsite that is the newer one on Consulate because I mean, wouldn't you do the same at this point?
10 seconds remaining.
You run the gamut. Usually when you see these many teams going to these many sites, it's because they're winning them, not because they're losing them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean, if LeStream wants to have any hope of salvaging a round from this half, then they may as well do it on the unconventional one.
So final attack for Empire as they hold a 5-0 lead, and I mean this might be actually the fastest game that we've seen so far in this season in particular. But Uno picking off Shock right away. Those are the only set of grenades on Empire's side that are taken out.
Shepard looking to refrag here as Uno lingers on the window, but it's not going to be a battle there, looks like, as Uno might fall back. Rise is this time trying to commit to the alibi play, and he will be the one to die instead of Uno. I don't know why LeStream is doing that, but it has not paid off yet in the 2 attempts that they've brought. Empire, though, is the one at the disadvantage currently, as we saw Scyther also be taken out. So Joystick also on low HP. Team Empire might just lose a round here in this first half. Uno taking out Joystick, finally finishing off that Ashe player. The aggression from LeStream is working out great this time around.
You've still got Karzek on the board, so this thing's never over.
True.
And you've got Shepard as well. But, I mean, Shepard doesn't really get many frags on this team. He's essentially the Goga of the team.
Support cast.
He drones, and then he goes in and plants, and maybe he dies.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So it's inside of V's office as a narrow window will be opened up here from the Bandit of Uno, who'll survive by a hair. Karzeka not giving his position away, anticipating somebody to come in through that Teller's bomb site. Shepard and Uno, and then Alfama's also low on HP. But this definitely does look like a round that LeStream should be able to hold on to. A smart idea for Shepard to rotate around the back of the site, in the back of the map, rather, with Karzeka still patrolling the doorway. But it's been a call to bring Shepard back. So he's come back to the Visa door, as now both members of this team will hustle on over towards the lobby door. So an interesting rotate here from Empire, waiting and possibly anticipating a jump out as Uno gets reset. There's a minute still to go in what has been a round that certainly feels like it just started.
This is the slowest round we've seen so far, or so it feels. Not actually, and we saw that garage take was a little bit slower. Probably due to that early action in the round, the aggression from LeStream, making it feel like it's a lingering death here for Team Empire. But what kind of a death? At this point, even losing a single round on attack isn't going to hurt Empire's momentum. And LeStream, as much as they can get something out of this, it still almost feels like Empire might be able to clutch it out.
Yeah. It's, like I said, once you've got Karzek on the board, it's never over. And he's so close to the site. But, I mean, you've got Shepard with the diffuser. Say goodbye to Karzeka. Hicks is there. And now Shepard is just a careless whisper away from death. 6 seconds. And Alfama finishes him off. Ends the suffering of Empire as they twist and turn. And LeStream will be able to put a round on the board, so it will not be a 7-0. But they'll transfer now over to defense, which, like we said on Consulate, tends to favor the defenders. That'll be a boon for Empire, as they're only 2 rounds away from setting this one home.
Yep, they'll be going to the top floor first things first, and makes sense to me from Empire. That last round, I mean, if Karzeka had the diffuser in hand, that actually could have very easily been a plant in the bottom floor site and towards server, because nobody was holding it on LeStream's side. They had obviously some rotation holes or some rather murder holes through the floor, but no direct hold. So unfortunate that Karzeka didn't have the diffuser there. But I mean, I'm sure again that Empire is not really worried too much about it. Last minute, Empire will change from the top floor to the bottom floor. So here, a little bit of difference there. Not really going to matter, though. I mean, it's Consulate. We've talked about this. The sites are interchangeable for the most part.
I think you have, I definitely do think you have a preference to go upstairs. First things first. Console office
Some people.
Console office does tend to be the favored team, but I think you're right. I think interchangeable is the way to put it. And I mean, if you think you can possibly bamboozle a team by going to a site that they're not expecting, such as Garage, if they don't have an adequate hard breacher, then there's obviously an advantage there. LeStream will at least have the 2 hard breachers in both the Maverick as well as the Hibana. So that's definitely doable to open up that garage.
Attackers objective.
I'll be watching Rise on this Monty, though, to see exactly what LeStream's plan is to try and get the rest of this team inside the site with the Monty there as the shield.
Well, based on what we've been seeing so far, Parker, we definitely need to see some kind of trick up the sleeve pulled out from LeStream if they want to have any hope in winning this match. I mean, it's been pretty much one-sided domination for the on the side of Team Empire thus far. Got some roamers upstairs here for Team Empire. That's going to be Joystick. Solo, it seems. He's just waiting in that CEO closet, and I think he may have been droned out. Yes, it does look like he's been droned out there. Maybe actually... No, he hasn't been droned out. The Ash is in the middle of a reload. Oh, no! Decidedly poor drone play from LeStream. I believe that was either Hicks or Rise who was trying to drone out that closet, but just didn't go all the way in. You have to be thorough. Joystick now in a situation where he's taking out the Ash, and the Montaigne as well will overlook his position, allowing for Joystick to get 2 free kills. Monty in a 1 versus 1, not an ideal situation, but he shouldn't be able to die here in this situation. Gets a lucky hipfire shot, but oh, goes for the ADS! What are you doing, Rise? Joystick with 3 kills. He's on low HP, but he's done the damage. Shock will take out 2, and Empire win the round. 6-1, match point. I have no idea what I just saw from LeStream.
Desperation?
I mean...
Shakiness?
Parker, they droned out CEO and the closet, but they didn't drone out the closet all the way. They didn't go all the way in, and that allowed for the first free kill in the way of Team Empire. They assumed, I have no idea why, but they assumed Joystick dropped, and that allowed for the second free kill for Joystick. And then the third and last free kill on the top floor, Rise went for an ADS? Why?
I mean, I couldn't tell you.
It's going to be top floor for Empire. And the basement, well, not the basement, I guess, the top floor roam working out for them in the last round. And, well, we'll be moving on, and
this is set to almost be over. This is the best showing that I think we've seen from Empire so far. They've looked absolutely indomitable.
Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is, the crazy thing is, it's against their closest rivals, technically in terms of the scoreboard. LeStream should be putting up a better fight than they are right now, but not the case. Luckily, because they won that single round on defense, they're going to get a second try for their attacking rounds, but they're going to have to win 5 in a row to draw a match. I don't see it. I don't see it, Parker.
I'm just amazed at how Empire always knows where LeStream is. Always. They have incredible coordination in regards to the yokai drones, in regards to droning on attack. They are fantastic at anticipating where LeStream is going to be.
You know what strikes me? I think we've established Empire, they have that great information game. We all know that they're clearly really good at figuring out where their opponents are. But what really strikes me is how quickly Empire puts together strategies to specifically pick apart the setup or the attack strategy or whatever it is from their opponents. That's what really shocks me. It's the speed at which they can do it, because most of the teams that set up counter strategies for their opponents deliberate on those strategies for the entire round, but not here for Empire. I have no idea what just happened there
Hicks
for Rise.
Saw him on the drone.
The call was made, and he didn't turn. And a second for Joystick as he comes down the spiral. The round is almost over, it feels like already. Aces is going to take out Shepard, but at the same time, we just started this match point round, and it's just Aces and Hicks. We're trying to talk about how Empire's been playing, but I mean, it's, wow. They have control of Z, but their backs are up against a wall, and you can feel the enormous pressure that Team Empire is exerting onto LeStream right now.
I don't know if it's the LeStream giving up hope here or not, but it's just they had the drop on Joystick. They had the drop on him.
I don't
And
know.
now there's a yokai drone on yellow stairs to be able to give even greater
Bomb
intel.
has been
Scyther is going to
located.
be coordinating with the rest of his team, and he's got Hicks. And Karzeka going for another, but he cannot land the shots. But there's only one body left. He'll toss one grenade down flank around behind him, and there you go. Karzeka will finish things off in Empire. Oh my, 7-1. One of the fastest games that we have seen in all of Europe. What a performance by Empire.
It didn't even really feel like a match, Parker.
I feel like we're just starting.
Yeah, it's man, for a normal day for us, this would be. I mean, we basically just started. It feels like that was a really quick one.
15 kills for Joystick. What a performance.
Yeah, I mean, there's so little to say about that. Every single round, Empire had a unique, on-the-fly constructed strategy to deal with their opponents. On their defensive rounds, a big story was LeStream was incapable of droning out their opponents, and because of that, the roamers from Empire were just swept the floor with LeStream.
There's really not that much to say about that matchup. It just seemed like LeStream, on attack, had no way of getting in because they were just under constant surveillance from Empire. And when Empire was attacking, they used every single one of those 10 drones to the best of their ability to be able to find everybody. Shockwave did an excellent job on that support role with Karzeka and Joystick fragging well. But you got to give a lot of props to Shepard.
Yes.
The way that Shepard was able to just find everybody on those drones and constantly feed the rest of his team intel. If this Team Empire shows up to Invitational playing this way, they've got to be one of the favorites to win the whole thing. Because this has been a masterful performance so far.
After that match, I think Empire has solidified their position at the top. I mean, obviously in terms of points, like literally being at the top of Pro League in Europe, they're done. They've done it, and they're going to. It looks like they're going to keep doing it. But I think they're really silencing the doubters as all of these matches go on.
Right. So we have an interview ready, and we'll bring up Team Empire, and we'll ask them some questions. Joystick, how are you? I think it's our first time talking here on interview. Congratulations.
Hello, guys.
Is that is that a chibi in your hand? Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah. First things first, your team's coordination and your ability to give each other information as to where your opponents are is right now looking to be the best in all of Pro League. It was a question that Kickstar asked in the middle of the broadcast. What's your secret? How are you able to relay all of this information to your team? Is it just simply your support players on drones? When you're on defense, is it just the use of the yokai? Is it the use of the evil eye cams if there's a maestro on the board? What is it for you?
Secret and candies, eat candies and you win every Pro League match. Okay. We have really good information. We have good frags. We have good coordination in this match. It was really good from us, and we win all gunfights. And I think in this match, and LeStream so aggressive team. If they lose gunfights, they lose most of the rounds. I don't know what to say anything about these rounds. It was really good from us.
Were you a little surprised that LeStream didn't do more homework? Because a lot of your attacks looked very similar to when you played against ENCE just a couple play days ago on Consulate. LeStream didn't really seem to know how to deal with that. Did you expect them to be really aggressive with you by playing and contesting you inside of admin, and especially when you were attacking console and lobby, or did you think they were going to be more passive?
Yeah, they always play aggressive. It's aggressive team. It's so aggressive team. If you control aggressions from there, if you control pushes behind you, you win.
Let's look at the invitational here. Your team has obviously been preparing. It did appear from when Karzeka has done interviews that you've been at the boot camp as well. Yeah. Take us through. This has been one of the questions that gets asked a lot. How many teams are saving their strategies for the Invitational? When you look at the way that your team has been playing, you're obviously keeping some things a secret for Montreal, no?
For seeing last results from all team, I think all teams have something for Invitational, but I'm not sure really. But yeah, we have something.
Yeah. Just the way you say that. Well, I'm excited to see your performance at the Invitational. And once again, you've been rolling through Pro League. And you got one more play day left before you're all said and done for this half of the season. Anything to say to your fans, the sponsors, the viewers, etc., before we end the interview?
thank you, guys. All of you, thank you. We feel you. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for all. Thank you for the support. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you all. And good luck.
Thank you very much. Good luck in your matchup coming up in just a couple days.